Hey everybody, it's City of the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Let's Play A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael, Sara and Kaide's route. In the last episode, it seemed that there was a bit of commotion at the high school. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. I'm not even trying to go directly off the title of the last part, but yeah, it seems we're seeing seemed an article in a magazine article related to Sara came out talking about how her how Sara's mother is apparently some big time actress, and that it didn't necessarily cause trouble, but it seemed to cause quite a bit of a stir in the school. And you know, we also, I guess we delved a bit more into how, you know, things are getting a bit busy for Sara as well. You know, we keep compounding that issue. And in this episode, well, Sara's had enough. 2 exclamation points. I just noticed that. Something really must have happened to cause some sort of issue. Or something's really happened to seem to... Maybe Sara's reached her boiling point on something. I'm going to imagine it has something to do with her job, perhaps. Like she seems to enjoy her job, but maybe like she's also like, you know, she's also feeling extremely lonely, and maybe she's being fed up about that. But only way we'll truly know is to dive in. So let's just dive in.
一緒に過ごす時間がほとんどなかったから寂しかったわ。サラもすごく寂しかったよ。ごめんね、お仕事が忙しくて。サラは売れっ子モデルですもの。仕方ないわ。最近はいろんな方面で活躍してきているもの。サラなんてまだまだだよ。そんなことないわ。一生懸命に頑張ってるサラのこと私はすごく尊敬しているのよ。無理して働いて疲れているでしょ。楓ちゃん、たまにはゆっくり休まないとね。本当はちょっと疲れてたんだ。でも楓ちゃんの顔を見たらすぐに元気になれるよ。そうなの？こうして楓ちゃんとゆっくりできるのすっごく嬉しいし。そうでももういいわ。もういいの。サラはどうだって。楓ちゃん、それってどういう。仕事ばかりにかまけて私を相手にしてくれないサラなんてもういらないって言っているのよ。
Okay, yeah, this is some sort of like this is probably some sort of nightmare Sara's having. For a second there, when when Kaide said like I've had enough, I was tempted to look at the load screen, like I thought it said Sara, but yeah, no, this is clearly some sort of like nightmare sort of sequence for Sara right now.
そうだよね、楓ちゃん。だからもうさようなら、サラ。ちょっと待ってよ、楓ちゃん。サラのこと嫌いになったの？やだよ。謝るから許して。行かないで。楓ちゃん。
Oh, I realized, does this mean we're going to be looking at things through Sara's perspective for a bit? That'll also actually be pretty interesting. You know when you get to see you know, for those who maybe don't know, the point of view character was always fixed, like at like a fixed thing in the early Kiss for the Petals games. In Kiss for the Petals, in the first Kiss for the Petals, and Nanami was the point of view character, and she was always the point of view character. It never switched over to Yuna. My dear prince, it's Kaede and always Kaede, and joined in love with you, it's Mai and always Mai. So, again, for maybe some of you who maybe don't know why, whenever we're switching focus to the other lover in the relationship, it's an interesting thing for me with these couples. It's not, you never saw this in the earlier book, so this is a very interesting kind of thing. You know, it's always interesting because you get to see a little more about the character as well. Not to say you don't get enough from the secondary character as you like. Okay, not to say that like it's always interesting seeing their takes and their inner thoughts on situations, because I like the characters in this cast a lot, and you know, even with characters like Sara, Reo, and, you know, me and Sara, Reo, and Yuna, how you never see their point of view, I still really like them a lot as characters, because I feel you get a lot through their interactions on how they are. But seeing little things of, like, you know, how they think and, like, what's going on inside their heads, you know, it's never really anything too mind-shattering. It seems perfectly in character for them to think that way, but even just getting that little bit, these little moments, it makes me like the characters more. Like with Yuna in episode 37, which I will remember that episode number, because I will remember that episode for pretty much all time. With Yuna, when you switch to her perspective, it's actually very interesting how you kind of, you know, you get little bits into how she thinks and what she thinks about, like, a current situation and stuff like that. And, you know, it's nothing out of character, the way she behaves and the way she acts. Like, it's very much in her character. But you see these little things, like how her, like, you know, little things she makes in her mind, like how she was debating whether or not Nanami may or may not have been considered yandere during a certain moment, how worried she was for Nanami when Runa, wait, is it Runa or no? It's Reina. When Reina came and like, you know, scooped her up. It's like you see a lot of interesting stuff like that, and I find that it's really cool. So yeah. Anyway.
楓ちゃんはまだ寝ていて大丈夫だよ。シャワー浴びて行かなきゃ。楓ちゃん、行ってきます。 近は全然楓ちゃんと一緒に過ごせてないよ。
どうしたのサラ、浮かない顔して。
いや、ちょっと悩みがあって。
これからまだ撮影が入っているのよ。そんな顔でできるの？
します。頑張りますけど。
けど何？
お仕事減らしたいよ。
何言ってるのサラ。仕事したくてももらえない人はいっぱいいるのよ。この業界で仕事をもらえるってありがたいことなのよ。
それは分かってますけど。
サラはあの大女優の娘なのよ。サラブレッドよ。絶対に大成するわ。今の時期ってあなたにとってとても大事なのよ。
またママ。ママと比べられたら自信なくなっちゃうよ。あ、これどうしたの楓ちゃん。これすっごく美味しそうだね。サラ、見ているだけでよだれ出てきちゃった。サラったらだって美味しそうなんだもん。そうね、食べたくなっちゃうわね。食べたいね。今度食べに行こっか。行く絶対行きたい。じゃ約束よ。約束。指切り玄満、嘘ついたら針千本のます。仕事したくないよ。
ちょっとサーラ。
だって最近全然楓ちゃんとイチャイチャできないんだもん。楓ちゃんとあんなことやこんなこといっぱいしたいよ。
こら、そんな大声で。
景色の綺麗な公園でデートして、ケーキ屋で美味しいケーキ食べたいし。
サーラ、
一緒に遊園地や水族館にでも行って遊びまくりたいし。
はあ、
イチャイチャしたい。いっぱいエッチもしたい。
サーラ、他の人にそんなこと聞かれたらどうするの？ほら、変なこと言わないの。もうすぐ出番よ。
お仕事もう少し減らしてよね。
はいはい、考えておくわよ。
That was certainly a very interesting scene, and honestly, I've kind of almost been waiting for a scene like that regarding Sara, where, you know, when we look into, you know, some of Sarah's, you know, kind of insecurities or more serious moments, it's always in relationship to Kaede. In My Dear Prince, a lot of her seriousness there and a lot of her, you know, more serious moments there. Ours is her, is because of kind of she's frustrated in Kaede's lack of confidence, considering, how much, you know, confidence Sara has, you know, Sara does have in Kaede in Our Beloved Photograph. It's a lot of it's a lot of, you know, not social, it's a lot of separation anxiety and stuff like that that really worries her and kind of does that. But it's in relationship to Kaede. Here, this is a more personal thing, I feel, for her. She's, you know, again, it does roll back to Kaede at the end, but you really see a lot of the toll that her job takes on her. And, you know, something like this I feel is actually, I can't say realistic, but something like this I feel makes a lot of sense. Again, from what I'm about to say is a bunch of secondhand information, but I heard industries like that, in Japan especially, like, are absolutely brutal. It's really, like, it's a really cutthroat industry, and, you know, it's fun sometimes, you know, every once in a while, but everything else is just a bunch of, it's just a bunch of stress adding up on you slowly. So for Sara to kind of, you know, act like that makes a lot of sense. The industry is, you know, the industry is really cutthroat. And, you know, it is very stressful. So I like how it's kind of touching on that point. And, you know, it makes sense that things like this would just, you know, really weigh on her. Really weigh on her. And now we, you know, see a bit more about why the thing with her mom seems to bug her. She didn't seem bothered by it earlier, but, you know, she didn't seem bugged by it earlier, but now she was bugged by it. And so yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, it's interesting, and now we see why. It's not like, unlike other family issues, it's not any resentment towards the parent. It's the pressure it's the kind of shadow that she leaves Sara in. Perhaps intentionally, perhaps not, but, you know, Sarah's mom, being a big-time actress, it weighs heavy on her that people are comparing herself to her, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sara, you know, was packing a lot of self-esteem issues, especially when perhaps she was young, because when she was young, she did rely on Kaede a lot, and that might explain a bit why. But yeah, it's all very intriguing, and it's all very intriguing, and seeing moments like this does help me, you know, appreciate Sara more as a character. And it explains a lot, I feel, a lot more of her optimism. I'm not, you know, and perhaps that maybe, you know, part of her cheery attitude is more something to cheer herself up. And no, not a facade or an act. She definitely does seem like a very cheery by default person. But, you know, we see more, to her than just that. Anyway, it looks like we're back to Kaede.
覚えていてくれてるかしら。楓ちゃん。なにサラ。今日は何の日か覚えてる？サラのお母さんのお誕生日よね。そうだよ。そうだけど、そうじゃなくて。分かってるわ。私とサラが初めて出会った日よね。楓ちゃんちゃんと覚えててくれたんだ。もちろんよ。私もサラに聞いてみようと思っていたのよ。今日は私たちの大事な記念日だものね。楓ちゃんも覚えててくれて、サラすっごく嬉しいよ。ねえサラ、今日もお仕事はあるの？あるけど。そう、記念日のお祝いしたかったんだけど。お祝いするしよう。でもお仕事があるなら難しいんじゃ。確かにお仕事はあるけど、今日は絶対早く終わらせて帰ってくるから。無理しなくてもいいのよサラ。無理なんてしてない。サラもね、お祝いしたかったの。サラ、そうなんだ。だから絶対早く帰ってくるから。じゃあごちそう用意して待っているからね。楓ちゃんの手作りごちそう。大したものはできないけど、サラのために低カロリーの料理いっぱい作っておくわね。はい、やったそうそう、これも買わなきゃ。
楓さんってまるで主婦みたいね。
そうかしら。
ええ、野菜を選ぶ目がすごく主婦みたいよ。
マイさんがこの辺りのお店詳しくて助かりました。
I guess it does make sense that well, for one, I do like to see the fact that they're, hanging out a bit more. But that aside, I feel it also does make sense that they would kind of hang out like this, in a way. I don't know necessarily what Mai means by homemaker. I don't quite know the term I don't quite know the term myself. But Mai herself is very much I guess thrifty in a way, maybe is the right word, but Mai is very familiar with stuff like this, so I guess it would make sense that Kade asked Mai for help.
私はよく弟や妹たちにご飯作ってあげたりしてるからね。
偉いですね。
まあうちは共働きだから当然かな。それに今は
レオさんですね。
たまにご飯作りに行かないとジャンクフードやお菓子ばっかり食べてるから。
それは大変ね。サプリメントばっかり食べてるかもしれないわ。どうしたの？
この時間そろそろ向かいのスーパーでタイムサービスが始まるわ。
タイムサービス？
その時間限定で指定された商品が安くなるんですよ。確か今日は卵が安かったはずよ。
あ、それなら私も欲しいので一緒に行きたいです。
ダメよ。タイムサービス、それは主婦の戦争。帝女のお嬢様たちとは無縁の場所よ。前に興味半分で私についてきたレオが。
レオさんが？
あっけなく主婦のおばさま集団に突き飛ばされ、ゴロンゴロンとスーパー内を転げ回ったわ。
Ouch! I do wonder if time sales are actually like a thing. Something specifically like that, but yeah.
あれ以来、レオはスーパーの前を通るたびにすごく警戒しちゃってね。
そうですか。危険な場所なんですね。
ええ、じゃあ時間だから行ってくるわね。カエルさんはここで待っていて。
ちょっとマイさん？
戻りました。
早い。
はい、カエルさん、卵。
ありがとうございます。大変じゃなかったですか？
大丈夫。たくさんの人をかき分けて卵を掴んだ時は思わず「とったどー!」とか叫びたくなるくらいですから、むしろ楽しいかも。
なるほど。
That is another thing about Mai's character I actually really liked. Is she seems she has to care for she has to care for her her little brother and sister a lot. So she's kind of like she kind of has learned a few things, and you just kind of see that in a bit with how she cooks for Rayo, and moments like this, and it's always just kind of impressive. From what I get, most of the people in Best Couples are only childs, like Rise's, Mia's, I'm pretty sure. We don't hear a lot about siblings or stuff like that. So I like Mai's little thing about kind of these kind of like housewife skills she kind of picked up, and you kind of see her like her hard like work ethic and little stuff you see like that, like her experience with stuff like this. It is very neat to see.
Paimon これで終わり？あとはブロッコリーとルッコラと、これも一応買っておこうかな。
Arugula? I have never heard of that before. Yeah, no, never before have I heard of something called arugula. I wonder if that is more of a I wonder if that is more of like a regional thing, but yeah, something to maybe look up later. Add that to the list of stuff I said I look up in a video that I probably never end up doing because I end up recording a lot of these videos at once and then I never remember. But that arugula, it has a distinct enough name where maybe I can look it up. Or remember it to look it up later.
Yoshi, 野菜はこれでいいとして、次はお肉ね。
楓さん、もう荷物がいっぱいね。ちょっと持ちましょうか。
いいわ、平気よ。
いいからいいから、肩が凝っちゃうよ。
そう？じゃあお言葉に甘えてお願いするわ。
はーい。結構買ってたけど、まだ買うのね。
やっぱりお肉はみんな好きだしね。
Everyone loves meat, right? You know, I would be inclined to agree, but you know, it's very, you know, and I wholeheartedly agree with that statement that, you know, meat's amazing, but you know, it's very hard to confidently say everyone loves meat when most of the people in my family are vegetarian. And if not vegetarian, pescatarian. So yeah, I'm pretty much the only one in my house who eats meat.
なんかすごいごちそうでも作るのかしら。ここでもたくさん買ったね。
そうかも。買いすぎね。
喜んでもらえるといいね、サラさん。
そうね。買い忘れたものがあったわ。
そうなの？じゃあ戻りましょうか。
いいの。荷物を持ってくれて付き合ってくれてありがとう。じゃあ私はここで。ではごきげんよう。
はい、ごきげんよう。
Yep, that's what I was thinking. The cake they saw from the... I imagine it's the cake they specifically saw from the commercial.
このケーキ2つお願いします。サラ、喜んでくれるといいな。
And I think we're gonna end things off here, at least on our anniversary. So, yeah, good point to stop the episode. And you know, 35 minutes. You know, I think we've had a decent track record of decently lengthed episodes, and I kind of want to keep that going. So I think now is a good time to end things off. So next time on Let's Play A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael, Sara and Kaide's route. Well, hopefully these two will get to have a little celebration for their anniversary. See you guys then.